Welcome back. Happy Memorial Day. Yeah, dude, it's the middle of summer almost. We're here. We're back. It's been 3 or 4 long weeks since a podcast, but finally back in the booth with us is Brock Davis. Brock,
Hello, hello.
and a special reoccurring. I don't know. Jordan, do you want to just be a part of it? I don't care. It's up to you. Jordan's
Becoming
back.
pretty regular at this point.
I mean, honestly, 3 in a row, I think. Correct? Sounds right.
You're catching me at the perfect time every time.
Every time. 3 a time. Every time. We center this around other people, okay? We're back with the Total Pile podcast, episode 27, 26. We're old. But we also don't do it consistent enough. But it's okay. We're here, and we love to do it. And welcome back. How you guys doing? I should probably tee you up better. I just really queued you both up at the same time. Rough start to a 3-person podcast. Brock, how you been? It's been a good month. What have you been up to?
Started a new job and just working there. Nothing too different.
Yeah, that sounds adult-like, and I'm proud of you. It sounds like you're touching grass and you're really moving forward. It's a positive aspect.
Work at a card shop.
Nope. Again, I take it all back. That's an L. That's an L. Jordan, how are you?
I'm good, man. Just
Oh, did you see the Australian accent come out there? Hold on, wait a minute. Are you required?
I've spent a lot of time at the land down under.
Are you required to say "mate" as like part of it of the restaurant theme? Because I know you're famous now for. I feel like
we do request that our servers. We oftentimes get asked where the dressing is on their salad, right? Because it's covered up with the toppings, right?
Yeah.
So we require our servers to tell them that it's down under the cheese.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Man, rough start to the podcast today. For those of you who didn't know, and I believe this is on Twitter somewhere, you're the guy with the bloomin' onion coupons, correct?
That is 100% correct.
That is correct. So it's not a secret where you work. We're not going to leak any information. If you want free food, find Jordan at your next, I guess it's NAIC.
NAIC, I'll have him with a backpack.
Oh my gosh. And like, how many do you have approximately? Because there's like only 3,000 players going. So like, how many bloomin' onions do you get per event?
This past time I probably brought a stack of like, I don't know, 100 something.
Jesus. So it's harder to get into than the Pokemon Center, guys. I swear to God. You better get in there early. The bloomin' onions will fly off the shelves.
Just say, hey, I'll drop it off.
Who needs a NAIC side deck play mech? There's bloomin' onions to be found. Okay? Absolutely legendary. Well, boys, it's very exciting to have you back. I'm glad to be back. I just got back from Mexico, not for Pokemon related reasons, but it's been a whirlwind. I played in 1 cup. That's about it. Didn't do too hot. It's whatever. It happens. I played Charizard Dragapult. That's a sick deck. It's a lot of fun. But other than that, I have no Pokemon updates. You guys have any Pokemon updates before we hop into Jordan's stuff in Milwaukee?
We both played Bolt to a cup.
Oh, yeah? You're in it? Trex and Nex is back?
No, it is not. Because neither one of us stopped.
I got basically his brother had to win a round. His brother had to beat somebody for me to bubble in.
Right.
And he hit his auto loss matchup, basically.
Yeah.
He hit his auto. Oh, shit. My light just fell while I was moving my camera. That's not great.
He was playing the Aiden Koo's Baby Moon deck, and he lost.
Dude, Dun Moon? Let's go.
He lost to Poltnor.
Oh, no.
So I got auto loss.
It is not a great matchup, I would think. But that's okay. I had a light just fall. We're leaving it in. It's fine. I love that list to die for. The top 16 Moon, the Dunsparce list. It's absolute gold. Me and one of my other locals are obsessed with it. I guess then it's just me spreading the Dunsparce propaganda. But
You
that's
have
just
a thing for that deck, and like I
no.
played
It's
it at that
more
one
just a
regional.
dun. It's more just a Dunsparce thing. I think it's any deck that involves the Dunsparce. Because I also
what
was
it
a
is.
guy who played the Charizard list with Legacy Energy. So yeah, I'm more of a Dunsparce guy. So dreams be dreams. It is back. Okay. Speaking of new exciting things, before we get into Milwaukee, I just want to celebrate that our Lord and Savior is back. With the black and white reveals, my favorite deck of all time has been reprinted, and I bought 4 of them for $1.80. Have you guys seen the reprint? I'm assuming you have.
Is it Electro?
It is Electrike. It's an exact reprint of Electrike. The original Dynamotor OG is back in the building. Okay. And Brock, you're a judge. I don't know, Jordan, if you are. I've polled
not.
multiple judges on this, and I am being told the black and white one is playable in standard. So I bought 4 instantly. If it's not, I don't care. But like, this better be at least some way. It's an exact reprint of the card from 2015, 16, whatever year it was. Brock,
So technically, there was a Feebas, not Feebas, a
is it a magic card?
Magikarp.
I think I heard this on
There's a
Twitter.
Magikarp that was legal back in Heart Gold Soul Silver. That was identical. 30 damage, splash, same retreat, same resistance, same everything. And it was legal to play.
We're in. We have
Right.
what's the lawyer word? We have pretense. We have president. It's in, dude. We have president. We're in motion. Okay. We're
There
in.
was a but.
But we have also had the exact same situation with a separate card more recently during Sun and Moon with Dunsparce. And it was not legal for play.
Can I get the 2 Dunsparces, please? Is it like an ability thing? What do you mean?
It was the exact same card and it wasn't playable. I can pull them up.
You don't have to go that deep if you don't want to. But
It was like the same HP. I believe it was the same HP.
oh, see, now we're just getting funky with the rules here. It might be the same HP. What do we mean? It's okay.
Because it's been 6 years since I've looked at
I know, but this is so relevant to this point because if I could play my old Eels, it's
Yeah,
gonna
so
be
the exact-
legendary.
So, Sudden Flash Dunsparce from Celestial Storm.
What? I gotta get Iowa Pokemon.
I'm pulling it. I'm sending them in the group.
I
love it.
Foreign language to me.
Okay.
I don't know what any of these cards are.
It's okay. Sit down, young pup. It's fine. Take a seat.
So, these
Okay.
2 cards, they're identical, except there's 10 years separating them. or 12 years
Correct.
separating them. And the bottom Dunsparce was not legal when the top to Dunsparce was legal.
Did they say why?
Nope.
See, this is what blows my mind because, like, what makes me so mad is that old Quick Ball and old Super Rod. Like, old Super Rod is currently playable in Standard, and it has not a same text at all, not 0. But then the Dunsparce in this scenario, or Electric, might not be playable, and it's gonna grind my gear. Huh?
It's because they changed the wording on the mid-era Super Rod. The old Super Rod used to say shuffle in any combination, Pokemon or energies, and the new one says you may shuffle up to 3. You may shuffle up to 3 of either one.
I'm aware of
The
that
old
one.
if you
I'm talking about the base set one. You can play the base set Super Rod that's flip a coin.
They rotted it, so it's all the ones with the same name you're allowed to play with.
Right. Electric has the same name.
Hey,
We're moving.
These Dunsparces are different.
Whoa, wait a minute.
So the first one says, if you put any Pokemon onto your bench in this way, you may switch those Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. The other one just says you may switch Dunsparce with one of your bench Pokemon. So like you don't have to put Pokemon into play with the second one to do the switch.
Interesting. Maybe that is why. I don't know. But I really have hope for this
And if
electric.
anyone's listening at home, we're talking about the Dunsparce from Celestial Storm that got reprinted from the EX Battle Stadium or the Ruby and Sapphire one, I believe.
I'm trying to pull it up at the same time so I don't leak Discord. Yes, that is correct. It's the Strike and Run one. Sandstorm. And Aquapolis. The Aquapolis one. That's just the best how I remember it.
Yeah, there is an e-reader version of this.
Yeah, there is an e-reader version of it. So, all good. But yes, I really hope Eel is playable. And that is just a dream. But this also sparks up a very fancy type of thing going on where people are predicting now how many cards are going to get reprinted in this revealed black. Oh, what is it called? It's White Flare and Black Bolt.
Yeah.
Okay, I think nailed it. So let's go. How many cards will actually be reprints? So Embor's a reprint, but the HP is higher. It's still Inferno
I feel
Fandango.
like we'll see a lot of stuff like that. I feel like we'll see quite a bit of like reprints with HP and damage modifications.
And that's cool. I'm fine with that. But the real thing I want to know is what trainers are coming back. Like, are we going to have N back? My big one that I want back is Pokécom. I think Pokemon communication would be so fun in this format.
Card's good.
Card's very good. It's very good. And like, there's so many techie one-ofs and decks right now. Like, I just played a deck with a 1/1 Rabska. Okay? Give me 4 Pokécom. I don't need my 1/1 Rabska right now. I'll just switch it out. Okay? Pokécom is legit. Or like, I think Heavy Ball was in that set, right? Or that era.
XY.
Is Heavy Ball XY? And then I know for a fact Level Ball was in Black White era. I don't know if it's Black White base set.
Heavy Ball was next Destiny. So it's Black White.
Okay, so it is Black. So there is one in Black White. I remember there also being one. I think in Sun and Moon.
Yeah. It got reprinted like halfway through its life.
Level Ball would go crazy.
Level Ball would go crazy.
Level Ball would be broken. I personally don't think they're gonna reprint Level Ball because that would speed up the game more.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was just thinking.
Like,
they functionally slowed the game down now, so like there's no point in speeding it back up.
Even though I think the Zekrom's gonna speed it up, but
And we'll get to more of a set reveal-y type of thing when we don't have so much to recap in one episode. But like, I just one of those things where like, there's so many options from that era. Like, I even hope they make like a. This is not going to happen in this set, but like, remember the Team Plasma badge? Why can't we get a Team Rockets badge? Like it's just like it's a mini set. Let's throw it in there. Let's spice it up. Mewtwo's got a spicy Team Rocket ability. Let's throw a Team Rockets badge in there. Like, I wish stuff like that to mix the game up was involved in that. So, any reprints that you can guys think of off the top of your dome that haven't we mentioned yet?
I think they're gonna give us N back.
There's the one that everybody wants to know. Is Garbodor. Like, are we gonna get Garbodor with Garbotoxin? Like,
oh man, do we need ability lock right now? Is that what it is? Because I hate monkeys so much. I hate Monkey Dory to save my life. It's so annoying. I have to play a one of in half the decks I want to play just because it's just required now. Like, is Monkey Dory at the point where every deck needs one? Like, Garbotoxin just sounds like a perfect answer. But are we at that stage where we're going to slow it down even further?
I mean, you're just gonna get Counter Catcher to hell.
But we have Balloon, so he's got free retreat. And Balloon's already been confirmed. There's a reprint we forgot to mention. Balloon's already confirmed.
we get Balloon back.
It would still have a 1 retreat cost, but yes.
Oh, is it a 3?
Was it 3?
Because it's searchable by Heavy Ball.
Oh, good point. Good point. So it would be 1, but that's fine. I do that now with Rescue Board. So GG's.
Who cares? We're retreating into Badu that attacks for free.
Oh, dude, but you should have done the.
Yeah, but then you miss your energy attachment on your Dragapult.
Don't matter. You're not playing the game, dog. You can't play items or use abilities.
Shout out Crispin for that energy attachment this turn. But yeah, it's
for real.
I don't know. I don't know if Garbotoxin's the answer, but I'm really getting tired of all these monkey dory shenanigans. That's okay, just me. Maybe Marmony's Grimmsmile will do it.
You just play it in Gardevoir, bro.
Yeah, but that means I have to play Gardevoir. I have to conform myself. I still have
But
not played
But
Gardevoir
the
yet.
ability's turned off.
That's the
Only
point.
while it has a tool. You just retreat it before you've attached the tool, bro.
While it's fun
Retreat
to...
it, monkey the damage off of it, attach tool.
You're right, 100%. While it's fun talking about potential reprints in the current future, let's go back a little bit, because the last time we had a podcast, Drew and Jordan were here pre-Milwaukee. Jordan, you want to go over how that went? I know how the end result happened, but I don't know the nuts and bolts. I want to know the nitty gritty. How'd it go?
Yeah,
How's
so
Milwaukee?
I played Dingo to the tournament where everybody decided they were going to play Genesect. And everybody played Genesect, bro. I played 8 rounds day one and played against Genesect 6 times.
Yeah.
4 of those were mirrors.
Yeah, that's...
So, I mean, I tied a lot. There's definitely some opportunity to scoop faster and stuff for me that I've realized now. We're growing.
Yep.
So we tied a lot again. I've lost 2 matches of Pokemon over my past 2 regionals, but I've tied 7 times. So like, we're gonna fix that.
I still feel that way.
Still on a winning end at Milwaukee again, and I hit the absolute buzzsaw of Wisconsin players, and the second place, the runner-up at Worlds 2016 was the end of my tournament run. So
was it same record or did he get down paired? Do you remember?
no, it was same record. He was on once I got to XO4, I was
XO4.
I was 304. Once at 304, I got myself back into basically the X11 bracket, so straight into like actual true winning in bracket again.
Sure.
And yeah, hit him. I think he was X11.
X21, but yeah.
Yeah, he was X21 going into it. So.
Oh my god. I love you. You deserve all the love you can. That's tough.
We're getting better. That's all that matters.
I feel that way too.
I've seen positive progression, so like I can't be super mad at the results. We gotta focus on the work to get there. The results will come. We're not tripping.
Brock, any highlights from you in Milwaukee? Or the past like 4 tournaments you've been to? I don't really know where we left off in your 2025 season journey. I have no idea.
So, I liked it better when tournaments were harder because I played better. Ever since we started going X2-1 into day 2, I haven't made day 2. So.
You made it what, twice at X2?
Yeah.
So ever since Louisville? Or is that San Antonio?
Yeah, no, San Antonio, I went 6-3 with Reggie Drago. I lost my 3rd game by round 5. I lost to someone who ended up making top 8 at 8-1 with Moon.
Shout out the Moon.
And then I played 6 Reggie Drago mirrors and beat all but 1.
Yeah, bro, you're speaking of a different planet right now. Like I know I asked for this, but like it felt like Reggie's Jargo format was literally 2 years ago.
So long ago.
Felt like I feel like a different person. I understand, bro. I get it. I know what it was. It was literally December. It's 5 months ago as of right now. It was December, right? Or is it January? Either way, 5 months minimum.
We rotated like 2 months ago.
I'm aware, but Reggie Drago fell off a cliff before rotation too, right?
That's true.
True. And
It
Reggie
fell
Dra-
off
Very
to
last
Prismatic. Prismatic was the end of Reggie Drago's
correct, because
reign.
Badu was the
Yeah.
dragon destroyer.
The Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this nonsense that we're talking about makes me feel like we're playing Japanese expanded. Have you guys seen those results? I don't know. Reggie Drago doing 6-3 finish, dude. I feel the pain.
And then at Atlanta, I played Terror Box, but it was a slightly overcooked version of it. But the
Ooh.
concept was really good.
Let's hear the cooking, because Drew played
It was
the booth version.
yeah. I played double Pikachu Terror Box.
Oh,
And essentially, the thought process behind it was correct. I just shouldn't have played the second Pikachu. Like, the energy counts were amazing and all that, but I should have played. I shouldn't play the second Pikachu. I should have played like the Ditto or something else. Another consistency piece over it.
okay, all right.
And
Hourglass.
I lost. No.
Uh,
I had a winning in for day 2, and it comes back to me still trying to like balance listening to other people and listening to myself. I should have played double 80 HP Hoot Hoots, and I ended up playing 0, and all 3 of my losses were to Dragapult.
Lucha, baby.
I went 2-3 against Dragapult. And then they'll also win in the Dragapult there. I was real beat up about that one. And then at Milwaukee, I was kind of like I knew the format very well, but I wasn't really locked in on a deck. And I played Terror Box again, but I played Wancho's list when I should have just ran back something kind of similar to what I played at Atlanta, but just a little more refined.
So
And
played
you're talking about the
I
Philippine
played
one.
the Farigiraf. Yeah, I played just like the list was like weird because like I shouldn't have played the Farigiraf line, and I should have played like I should have just played more like consistency pieces.
but the Iron Leaves was hot.
The Iron Leaves was really good.
Awacho didn't play Iron Leaves, did he?
No.
Oh, so you are spicy.
We changed the card.
We changed a card because we thought we didn't want to get Maractus locked, and we didn't want to get we wanted to have a good answer into Charizard, and that's what it did, and it was really good.
It is.
But I ended up seeing one too many Vengeful Punches, and dropped round 6. But I had 5 friends that were still in day 2 contention, so I ended up just like kind of being there for them, and like even because they've been there for me all season, so it's just kind of refocusing my attention from like my success to trying to be there for them and being there for one of the kids that I coach who ended up making day 2. So it was a good weekend, but poor performance from me.
I will say that Milwaukee was a great time.
Milwaukee was a very good time.
Yeah, the only thing I remember from Milwaukee prior to it was the pedal thing you guys were all about on Twitter. BROCKS not a very big Twitter
We
person.
weren't there for that.
Bro, but
no, none of us were there for that.
yeah,
They ended up doing that the day after we left.
That
They
was
stayed
a
there for
very-
2 days, so.
there's a very avid group ready for a pedal. I don't even know what you want to call it.
Very excited.
I can feel the energy through my phone. I just shout out them. You know, I hope it was a great time.
They were very pre-gamed for that.
I hope
Third Street
they.
Market Hall was dope.
Yes, that was dope. It was more like, at least for myself, like I hadn't been like this. I haven't been staying with like the core group much this year, just because I've had free places to stay otherwise. But like being able to like actually go and hang out and like party a little bit with the group was fun. I really enjoyed that. Just kind of catching up with everybody because I hadn't really been around them as much. So
And not to like foreshadow or like predict, but like New Orleans is a party. So if you don't day two, it's okay. Still love you. You can just go down and have a great time. It was a
definitely
blast.
put on bourbon.
Dude, you got to. It was an amazing time. It was an absolute blast. There was like, I want to say it was like 6 or 7 of us from our traveling group, plus my wife and sister. And it was an absolute banger. I don't know what else you would call it besides banger. I really
I'll
don't.
hit bourbon as long as you can get me off a blackjack table.
Well, I didn't even find it. That's the problem. I didn't even find a casino on that street. I literally was just bar hopping. Whereas karaoke, there's too many other places. There was a couple people playing standard on the ground. That was that was strange. Yeah, I saw that, and I was really confused. But that's just me. Anyways, moving on. Milwaukee was great. Brock's, a great friend, and Jordan will get there. It's fine. We're moving into the future here. There's so many results. There's Portland, Utrecht, Santiago, Melbourne. Technically, we didn't talk about Seville or Monterey, but either way, I think 6 of these 8 tournaments were won by one deck. And I'm going to count them here in a second slowly. That sounds right in my mind. At least 5 of them, let's see here, were won by Gardevoir. And this is a problem because I despise Gardevoir in every single way possible. And I refer to
ex-girlfriend won't leave me alone.
Did she won't leave me alone. And she's
so adaptable.
It's just like, but like, how does it do it though? Is it because of just Monkey? Because if this deck was changed 3 times now, like it's just like I don't understand how it still stays good. Like, is Clefairy too big of a counter? Like, and whoever wants to take it first can. But I know Brock played Gardevoir a lot when the Shiny Arcana was a thing and kind of moved away from it. But like, as the person who probably tests a lot more than I do, like, how is this deck almost to the point where it's just like, let's copy every pro player and let's day 2 with everybody?
So I think the biggest thing right now with Gardevoir is Gardevoir can tell within like the first turn or 2 if it can play the game. So it gives it the chance to be able to scoop and go to the next. So Gardevoir, funnily enough, is probably one of the few decks that can play a full 3 games right now.
Which is the exact opposite of it was a year and a half ago.
Exactly. Because like if you do your first research and you know you're getting board wipe next turn, you can just scoop. And then also it has a resilience factor against like a lot of these decks where you can just kind of put a bravery charm on your Curlia and just go up. But also, like what Jordan said, it is so adaptable because like we've already seen the evolution with like William Azeveto's list, where he's playing the double team evolution with 4 Arven back, like similar style to what we were playing last year.
Yeah.
Or not last year, but last like set of Guardy being really like the top of the format. Like so, it's gone to that, and then you had the Japanese list that was doing really well. Like it's technically next format, but it's playing. Okay, there's nothing different about this. Never mind.
You had the Brixty. The Brixty, like, I mean, has probably the longest limitless page.
Yeah, like
of any 60 in the game.
Yeah, like that's the thing is like you have.
I mean, it's 4 scrolls, bro. I can't. Sorry to cut you off, but
it's
like
crazy.
it literally, I have to zoom out.
There was a pocket of tournaments where like that was just the right deck to play, and that was the perfect list for like 3 events that happened in 2 weekends or something. And so, like, I mean, people ran with it, and it was crazy.
If you're watching the YouTube video, you have to go to zoom out by 33% just to get every single person who is day 2'd with.
Well,
The Brent Tonneson 60 or
So I think
Brixie.
it's one of those things where it's like the decks that are like built to beat Gardevoir just are not seeing very much play right now.
Because they're not that great into everything else, right?
Exactly. Like Terror Box basically, I don't want to say autos it, but it's like a 70-30 matchup, 65-35 matchup, like for Terror Box. Like it is
Yeah.
insanely good. Just because I get to go Teal Mask, or Wellspring, you lose. Like you can't come back from that. Especially if they're playing the Jamming Tower, which most of them are now. Like, so there's that one, and then Zwark is also an awful matchup for Guardy. And those two decks are like such a low percentage of the top players. Now, I think that's the other thing where it's like, if you're one of the top players like Michael Davidson, like Henry Chow, like um, Brent Tonneson, you're only playing against these like top level players. So like once they start 6-0, 7-0, they're out of like this like middling okay player bracket where you're gonna see more Zorks and more Terror Boxes. They're seeing much more of these like the Flareon Knockdowns, the Dust Snore, or the Dragapults,
Yeah.
like those types of decks, which
Yeah.
the deck just feeds on, like the Raging Bolts, which like Raging Bolt in theory has a good matchup if it can get the baby Raging Bolt off, but if you put a Bravery Charm onto your Ralts, like it's protected that turn, and you just break into Guardy, and like now Raging Bolt's in a weird spot.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention it, but like it's sparsely in there too. Like I still like Joltik Box into it as well. Like just be able to hands whatever they did in their candy is still broken. Like it's not. But like Monkey makes the math a little bit better for Gardevoir. But like if they send up Drifloom or Screamtail or anything, you're just taking a hands knockout. Like it's just. I don't know what to do. We're at the point where it's just like, what is really the answer for Gardevoir? Because all those decks you list, Zoroark, Terrorbox, Joltik, what was the other one? There's one more. Flareon?
Like
EV Box, because EV Box and Terrorbox are separate.
yes,
But all of those are not very good into probably Raging Bolt, or maybe Flareon is. Flareon's alright probably into it. But I mean,
Flareon's fine into it just because they can power up the second Flareon after they kill an Ogerpon.
yeah, I know Enzoroark has a terrible time with Raging Bolt. Like that's just 170 is just never gonna be enough.
Yeah,
It's just I don't know, man.
like that's the thing is like the decks that are good into Gardevoir are that you're like they're 2, 3, 4, 5%er decks.
Yeah, they're a lot more
When
niche.
when Gardevoir is good into the 20%, the 15%, the 10%.
Right.
You're just playing the math with it.
I don't know how good its Golden Go matchup is, but kind of it looks like Golden Go's kind of disappeared.
See, this is my
Golden Go's
next
kinda fell
question.
off with Genesect, it looks like.
This is my next question too, because we haven't seen a Genesect for a while, and we have a Golden Goal player here. Like, where is it gone? Is it literally that easy to set up a Genesect turn 1, turn 2 to make this happen?
I mean, most of the decks were playing like. So first of all, they're usually the Genesect decks are like playing Badoo, so they don't give you an opportunity to activate your Energy Search Pro, and then they set up Genesect, and they're like, all right, now I'm going to start attacking with my actual Pokemon, and you still can't use the Energy Search Pro.
Yeah.
It could be the old cat and mouse game of like, is Golden Go good again because Genesect's gone, and it's like you play that game of Mew VMAX and Spirit Tomb, that kind of thing. And
Oh
it's a
no.
possibility, but do you want to bank playing? I mean, Golden Go's not great into Joltik. Like they just roll Pikachu's against you.
Yeah.
Or
You have to play
in
like
theory,
the Vengeful Punches.
yeah,
The
you got to play
Vengeful
bad
Punches.
cards.
Yeah.
And then like the next
That's the thing,
question.
is, like,
I'll go ahead, Rocco.
you're good. You're good.
I was just curious, like, is there a way we can make this deck work without Energy Search Pro? I mean, there was a version before that was decent before it. Like, there's the Lavencia Stadium, add a couple more lightning into it here. Like, you're only facing small Badoos and Genesects and some of this other stuff. Like, I mean, maybe I'm leaking the play for NAIC now, but like,
It cuts down, like playing the Energy Search Pro cuts down on like the amount of resources you have to use over the course of a game. So like you have the ability to find those resources late easier because the Energy Search Pro took away a superior you were going to have to play. You now have that extra superior to find at the end of the game to win the game. You know,
for
I
sure.
think it's one of those kind of things where like Golden Go clearly didn't come to power without Energy Search Pro. Like it was never like top tier or like in the full meta discussion. It was kind of just like this rogue thing without Energy Search Pro, and then as soon as that card popped up, it was like, oh, this is crazy. So like
I think
I
also
feel like it has to be there.
we're in like a resource war right now. And like Golden Go is like the epitome of like a single like screw up and you lose.
Yeah, like the mismanagement of resources in the deck. Yeah.
Yeah. And like Gardevoir is the complete opposite of it. It's like you're researching hands away and you don't care, and then you're playing 4 Night Stretchers, so you're like, okay, I'm just gonna get back and Rare Candy go.
Yeah.
So it's like the adverse opposites of it. It's where like the Energy Search Pro is just definitely like I have to because it's like what Jordan said. It kind of acts like your fifth superior in a way. It's your first superior and like a fifth superior.
And like without it, like finding all the energies and getting them in your discard pile is a very difficult task to do. Like you got to play more bad cards where you want to have like that deck gives you a lot of options to have like tech pieces because of the amount of room you have because the engine itself is so small that
Right.
like you get to play tech cards. Tech cards obviously make stuff way better, especially that deck because it has so many holes.
Yeah. Um, man, it's one of those mysteries. It's just like it just feels like it's everywhere. And this is a perfect example because we get to talk about the rest of the meta now because I think Gardevoir is really covered there, and like we're trying to find an answer for Gardevoir. I'm curious on why it's not in the Netherlands. If you go look at Utrecht, it's the only tournament that has only one Gardevoir in the top 8. Like I just want to know like if it was a that kind of day? Is it that kind of player base? Like we have all these different answers here. Like even a Roaring Moon and ASIM cut at ninth, or maybe it wasn't ASIM and it just bubbled out. But like even Golden Gold Dragapult is at 17th and 18th. Like how does it change so frequently in that kind of standpoint? Because like I feel like Dragapult's got a decent matchup in a Gardevoir, and it really comes down to a player in game situation where if they hit their pieces off research or if I can Brock's training or Jack into Tutor Cloak early. It really just depends on each game individually. Like what's your guys' thoughts on Utrecht itself and just Dragapult going into it? Because that used to be the main matchup, and now it just seems like we're not only seeing mirrors in finals or the random Raging Bolt.
I think that Europe always has a difference in meta, and it always ends up being to where they're never they're never playing the best deck in format at the same threshold that we are. Like Guardy was like a 17% in Portland. I don't know what it was over in Europe, but it
This is 17.13 from Utrecht.
mm,
This is just a day two though, so I couldn't tell you what it was day one.
that's what I'm talking about.
Y-
Day 2 is what we care about.
Yeah,
So it's like yeah, so it was similar result. I my I think it comes down to like at least in the states, your best players are your best players are playing Gardevoir, or most of your top players are playing Gardevoir, and that's why it's going towards the top. Is like the players that are competing for a win every single tournament are playing Gardevoir or Dragapult. Like, because you see John Ang right there at 10th, you see Piper Lapine, you see Henry Child Davidson. They're all playing Gardevoir or Dragapult within this top 8. Like the notable names are all playing the the best 2 decks. And in Utrecht, I only see 2 names that I recognize within the top 16.
Yeah, Alberto Conte is the one that really sticks out.
Conti and then Julius I'm not gonna say his last name. Julius, I know.
Yeah,
And
Brunfelt.
that's
I don't know.
Dragapult and Gardevoir. Like the 2 names that I recognize are the best 2 decks.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like I've seen Noah Sakajan before, but he's American. I don't know.
Noah Sadekajan, yeah.
Yeah, but even then, though, I get what you're saying. It's not like the staple above of players. I don't think he's putting out Metafy classes.
Here's my breakdown of this, right? So, like, you look at Utrick, you look at the weekend it's on, right? It's the same weekend as 2 separate regionals. And
Santiago.
So you got Santiago and
and-
Melbourne are both that weekend, right?
Correct.
And then you think about the fact that it's a special event, which means the Americans are not about to fly over there because there's not cash on the table.
Correct. And the
Like,
only thing
you compare Utrecht to something like Stockholm, and Stockholm is full of American players. You know, like
Yeah.
the day two
Algard went
cut,
to Santiago.
the yeah, and then Brent Tonneson, like the best Gardevoir player or one of the best Gardevoir players in the world, is winning Melbourne the same weekend. So like,
and that's a great point too, because like in that also same perspective, the only results they had going into that May 17th weekend was Christian Labella's Raging Bolt win, which Dragapult seems to be okay, and into Raging Bolt sometimes. It really just depends on if they can find owls after the stamp. Because stamp is still just the way. But
it really looks like the American players were sitting home and tweaking Gardevoir for Portland the next weekend.
yeah.
Like it's literally what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I know we make fun of Melbourne or Australia regionals because it's so much smaller. Like, but you look at their top 8.
Bro, it's stacked.
And we know the
literally-
quality of player that comes from like over there most of the time.
Well, and the Japanese
like-
players. That's crazy.
Yeah, you literally have 5 Gardevoirs in top 8
Yeah.
and 2 Terror boxes.
Yeah. And one Raging Bolt. Shrek's in next, bro. It's so sad. I hate this deck so much. Bro, it makes me so
but
angry.
Daichi was cooking with this Terror box list.
Oh yeah, it's
Even
crazy.
just like looking at Melbourne's results, like the day 2 finishes, there's so much Gardevoir in Australia.
Well, it's because like the
Like,
Australian player
crazy.
base probably copies the best Australian players, and then
makes
they
perfect
all
sense.
yeah, it just let's play Gardevoir mirrors for 7 rounds or however many rounds it is for that tournament. I still wish they could stream them, dude. Like, I just feel so bad they don't get their own stuff streamed. But
I do wish like they would stream more LATAM and like everything too. Like,
yeah, man, it stinks.
The Melbourne one or the Australian ones, I know it's because they play in the EL, the E.
The ESL technically owns all the rights for like streaming and stuff, so it makes it more difficult.
Okay.
They
that makes
used to
sense.
do it. They used to stream everything.
Yeah, they used to, and then they didn't get any. Nobody would watch it because it's like
the opposite
people
time in the
that would
world.
be watching. I was about to say
It's
like,
us. It's us Americans
it's
trying to watch
3
it. Yeah. Oh, it's
Man,
farther than
when it
that.
starts.
I used to have it on my phone. Give me 10 seconds. I think I still have it.
Azul's up at like 4 recording the like
But
Japanese
you would
tournaments,
think
so,
it's a
like,
similar time zone to the Japan one.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's what
I
I
think
was
they're
basing
like
it off of.
2 hours. I think Japan's like an hour or 2 ahead of them.
So it'd be a 12-hour difference. Because Tokyo's 14 hours ahead. And like, 'cause I watch all the Champions League streams, I'm locked in, dude. So yeah,
I
it'd
think
be
it comes
12
down
hours.
to exactly what Jordan was saying. Like, if you're gonna be like, if you're an American player, you're going to Santiago. If you're one of the top American players, and only one top American player went to Santiago.
Yeah.
Well,
but
at least
between the 2, you're going to
D2'd.
Santiago. Yeah, I meant when I say went, I meant that did well.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Owen day 2, but he's been on Flareon
For a
which-
while.
Flareon is like very well positioned right now.
I was gonna
outside of
say,
the
I mean, there's a couple of them topped in Portland. Like,
Yeah, like it's a really good deck, but it's also one of those decks where if you misplay, or it's like the resource management thing I was saying. If you misplay once, you lose. Like
I do feel like it's probably like one of the higher skill decks in the format. Like
it is.
in a
And
high skill format, like it is a high skill deck in a high skill format. I feel like.
yeah. And it also is a great transition because it gets absolutely wrecked by this next format, in my opinion. I think we've
It's
covered
the
every
card getting
deck.
played.
Yeah.
I don't
We're,
see it not getting played, dude. I think it just slots straight into Dragon Pult. We're speaking of the Rocket Tower.
Watchtower. Yeah. So, and this is a perfect time. I think we covered every deck: Flareon, Raging Bolt, Gardevoir, Goldango, Dragon Bolt. We've covered every deck in this format.
Terra Box looks like it's not really like changing much, right?
Terra Box doesn't change at all, I don't think.
We forgot to touch one thing.
What?
We forgot to touch Toad Screw EX.
Oh, brother, hold on here. We can do it. I'm down.
I thought we were gonna ignore it.
I was gonna bring it up later because this is primed for next format, bro. Nothing touches this deck, bro. We'll talk about it. We'll do it. All right now.
Brock's looking at me like I'm the kid that asked when we
Ray Chen. Okay, Ray Chen is my hero, bro. We got a deck with 4 bug catcher sets, and you can't play a single recovery card from your discard pile. It shuts down Gardevoir, shuts down the Raging Bolt, and you're just strolling through the entire field. You're just having a great time. Okay, I don't know what this loses to. I haven't seen his results. Yeah, but now you just get Watchtower, bro. You're chilling. You're big chilling. Watchtower and Flareon, not a thing, dude. No
this
chance.
That was like a meme a format ago, right?
I feel like you just gotta throw in some Hydrapple and we're set.
I mean, it could still be a meme, but like, this is impressive.
I haven't played it yet. I'll be honest with you, but it's 4 Toedscruel, 3 Toedscruel EX, and 1 of the goat Toedscruels from Iron Thorns Dragon Bolt.
Slime mold colony, baby.
Yeah, bro. Oh, that's a different topic. We'll get off track. But yeah, it's disgusting. Absolutely gross.
I did not see that being a key piece of the format or anything like that. I think it was
No, but it might though, because recovery is so big in these decks.
They are heavy Night Stretcher right now. But
they're heavy Night Stretcher, heavy research. Like, it's a very good card right now. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Jake Gearhart, but they played it in their list in Milwaukee. And they didn't see a single, I don't know, he was tweeting about it. But anyways, I know someone debuted with it in Portland besides Ray Chen, not playing the Toedscruel Open Masterclass. Okay.
He got 170th.
He played what?
Milwaukee.
I know it was Milwaukee. He played Dragon Bolt with it in it. Okay, that's what it was. I couldn't remember the deck he played. Where'd it go? I just had it. Okay, we'll just hit the back arrow one time. But now, unfortunately, that's every tournament in this format, and it comes back to me hating our release schedule. I hate it so much. We only had 1 tournament, or no, technically 2, right? Milwaukee and Portland. Only 2 tournaments in this format. I feel like we could have explored so much more and not just copied the best Gardevoir lists to
Atlanta was in this format.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so 3 tournaments. So maybe it's not that bad. But it just seems so short-lived. I don't know. But we're going to get 3 new formats in the next 3 months. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. But moving into NAIC, we're looking at Japan results from the Champions League. I can't pronounce it. Aichi. I don't know. But there's we have a good solid round top 16. Like, I've never seen. It seems very diverse in my opinion compared to what we're seeing now. Obviously, there's only 2 Gardevoirs top 16. Obviously, Brock's going to say it's Japan, it's best of 1. It's very different, but still a good.
I think there's another big reason it's very different, though.
And they're
playing in a format that we'll never see.
Yep.
Technically.
we won't have side.
We won't have Psyduck.
Correct.
So
Technically.
Dusknoir still exists to us.
I know it's so weird. This is it makes and we'll go to it. We'll start with that.
This
That's
deck
fine.
would be one of the best decks in format. The Charizard deck, if we had that Psyduck.
It's so much fun now. I literally I play this deck.
Pidgeot.
I play this deck now.
The Charizard deck.
The which deck?
I'm talking about it would be one of the best like decks in the format.
Dragapult Charizard or Charizard Pidgeot?
Dragapult Charizard.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I play it now. It's a blast. We started the pod with this. I literally built this exact same list with a 1/1 Rabska instead of Shamans and Psyduck. Yeah, it's literally a straight trade. And you made it. I made it one Artisan and oh god, what was the other change? Oh, one Artisan and a second counter catcher. It's a blast of a deck. Yeah, because I don't need two Artisans. You're playing two Nest Ball, 4 Buddy Buddy Pop-Ups. Like, it's plenty. And, like, you can even I even made it Clef Key one time just so I didn't have to deal with Owls. Because I didn't have Watchtower. Or deal with Fan Rotom. But, like, this deck is a blast. I love playing it. Or you can even make it a 4th Dracloak. I did that a couple times as well. So, there's plenty of room to play with it. And it feels like it's a Charizard deck more than it's a Dragapult deck because you are evoing into either at least one Charmeleon every time. I've evoed into 2 Charmeleon sometimes because like I don't need to draw. I have Charizard in hand. You can't get rid of it. I'm there. We're golden. We're cooking. Off to the races.
Well, that's you established Charizard. Charizard's pretty good.
It's very good.
Especially like in that deck, like you don't have to worry about Owls. So like you slam Charizard, slam Tower, and it's like, all right, bro.
Yeah, dude, good luck hitting 350.
I don't think your Ogre Pawn's gonna get there.
It's an incredible deck. It really just depends on what happens with this because Destined Rival comes out on live in 2 days. Thursday, right? I think so.
Thursday, right?
Thursday of Memorial Day week. Obviously, we don't get decided because it was a Gym Heroes promo. You see the little stamp on the screen next to the Psyduck. It makes me so mad because, like, I don't know. I feel like Dusknoir is like halfway in our format now because the price trading's awkward. But like just to fully eliminate the risk of it is so overbearing and so overpowerful. But like the fact that we don't get it because they wanted to fix the format late. I don't know how I want to describe it, but like the Gym Heroes promos make me so. What was the last one we had, Brock? You were super passionate about. I remember it being a problem.
Energy Spinner.
It was Energy Spinner.
You're not passionate about Moonlit Hill.
No, I guess Moonlight Hill is another one too. That it wasn't at the
You're
time.
always gonna play 2 Artisan over it.
That's fair.
Like in Gardevoir, you like the Moonlit Hill. Yeah, it would have been you might have played one here or there, but like it would have ebb and flowed in with how popular Lost Box was. Like and Lost Box was irrelevant until NAIC exactly, but it was irrelevant going into NAIC because we thought it was dead because Iron Hands was everywhere.
Yeah.
But if you would have played one Moonlit Hill at that, if Stefan would have played one Moonlit Hill, he probably would have won.
But we didn't have it.
Exactly.
What is Energy Spinner?
Brother, what? No, he didn't.
Energy Spinner was.
You're showing your age.
On your first turn, on the first turn of the game, if.
I'm pulling it up. Just to show
First
him.
turn of the game, search your deck for 3 energies.
Bro, it's Energy Search Pro at home.
And then if it's not your first turn of the game, search your deck for 1 energy.
It's basically just a correct turn 1 energy search.
Yeah. It's like the VIP pass of energy searching.
No, because VIP pass was irrelevant after turn 1. You can play this turn 1 and turn 2. It's crazy. It was actually correct.
It was a very good card.
I love Energy Spinner because they just made it based off the trends of the fidget spinners. Like they literally just made it real life.
Does this like exist during like Reshizard or something?
Correct.
Yes.
It's the same set.
Getting it played in Reshizard because you had Fire Leaf Flint.
Yeah, they had their own specific one. Those jerks. Charizard players, bro. Who cares? Yeah, Energy Spinner. Man, I think I played Released 1 and Pikarom at some point. I can't remember when that entered the format, though. Because obviously
It
Pikarom came out
entered during
before.
Sunlight.
Huh?
Sun and Moon to Lost Thunder.
Correct, but like, did it? Oh no, this
It
came
got
out.
printed in Lost Thunder, I believe.
No, it came out in Unbroken Bonds. You're ahead of time because Lost Thunder didn't have it. Yeah, this came out with
got-
Charizard, so it was added after Pikarom was already a deck. And that's why it made Pikarom broken. You can search for 3 lightning turn 1 and we're cooking. Fly into the races. Anyways, Energy Spinner. These gym promos, back to the beginning. The gym promos is a problem. The release schedule is a problem. But man, what a time. Back to it. Yeah, Charizard Dragapult. Very fun deck. I like the energy split. That's super fun. I think it's got a home even if Dusknoir is in format. Big thing for me though is that it's a Badoo-less deck. It's a I want to Evo every single time. I don't care if you can play items or not. I'm gonna Evo and play Charizard turn 3. Technically my turn 2.
Now figure it out, buddy.
Exactly. Hey, if you have the answer, great. If you don't, I'm hitting you for 210 to 240, depending on your hand. And if you go back and watch the final, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm really upset that these rocket cards aren't good.
Oh, bro, yeah, not a single. That's another one. Another single Rockets card, and well, maybe I didn't look at the list specifically. There might
There's
be
Rockets cards in them, yes, but it's all Watchtower.
No, but is there actually a Rockets card? Are we counting that as a Rockets card?
It's a Team Rockets card.
I guess.
I think, like, I've seen Dusknoir or Dragapult builds that like play the bomb and stuff. Like, I think that's probably the
The
only
one
other
that
card
flips a
that's
coin or whatever, doing the damage.
Because you can monkey the damage, and if you hit the coin flip, now your Dragapult math makes sense.
Yeah, I think the other one that caught my eye too was the Super Potion. I can't believe that's in this set, or was that in Battle Partner? Or
It's in Journey.
It's in Journey. I didn't even know that was in Journey until I started looking up stuff for this podcast. I had no idea. This Super Potion being back's pretty sick. As you mentioned, it Mewtwo kind of stinks. We watched Tord play it on stream in the Champions League, and it seemed to flow well. It's just the damage cap is just too low, in my opinion.
Worse Raging Bolt with better supporters.
I mean, it really is. It's just like I don't know how to fix it.
The damage cap on it kills it. I think
the cap's at 280, right? You need a black belt to take a serious knockout.
Yep.
It's one of those things where it's just like I wish it was better, and maybe when the format slows down a little bit more, because Charizard and Gardevoir rotate next year.
Oh God.
It's gonna be a wild game, but yeah, what's the ability called, Brock? Stupid Psychic Energy Acceleration.
Psychic Embrace.
Psychic Embrace rotates. Charizard rotates. It's most of the energy acceleration besides the future of Eels rotates. Can't think of one.
Of energy acceleration.
That was dude. You're reading my plays book for book, bro. I love it, dude. Just handing it off. And you take it away. You already read it. Bring it.
Do y'all think this is actually like relevant here?
Absolutely.
Like the Marnie's Grimmsnarl?
Yeah, bro. I get body bited at least twice a day.
It's all over the ladder, brother.
I get body bited every day.
It's all over the ladder.
5 energies to your Marnie's Pokemon. At least they have that caveat. And like the ability just doesn't read well. I hate how it reads because there's only one Marnie's Pokemon. I couldn't tell you the other ones. I just know the Grimmsnarl. And the ones below.
And a Scraggy. And a Morpeko.
Bro, does the Morpeko have free retreat with no energy on it?
I don't think so.
No,
it does
it
does more energy for each like dark energy attached to it. It's terrible.
It's
3 dark energies.
It doesn't sound very great.
I think the deck's really good.
I do. I like this deck a lot.
I think it's just a better Bidoof Frostlass.
I
When-
agree with that.
Is it
Like, it
better
has
than the
closeout
Maractus
potential.
though?
Huh?
Is it better than the Maractus though? The
You can
Maractus
play the
one.
Maractus in it, dude.
Yeah. Because you
Um,
still need to buy like 2 turns.
Yeah, I mean, I can see you playing it in there. It just feels like the deck is so clogged. Like, there's no Terra. You're not playing. You're playing the Smite Mouth Gym, right? And it finished sixth. I don't know who this player is, but like, it's a solid list.
Playing the deck in person, like, it has really good matchups. Like, your sketchiest matchup is Dragapult. Just because like you're kind of forced to take a knockout. Like you're forced to be the aggressor.
And then you got to play through Stamp in a deck that doesn't play
you gotta play-
draw support.
Yeah, you gotta play through like. I was watching I forgot who it is. It's the Danish Kitchen on
Dude, Oscar Dogger, Oscar Madsen,
Madsen and somebody else.
Jesper Erickson. I'm locked in, bro. I'm a simp. I love that. I pay for it. I pay the $3 a month. I'll say it right now. I do. He's such a best deck maker in the world.
So they were playing it, and basically, the Dragapult player got like the god combo of Nor into Klops into Unfair, blow up the entire board, but he left a Spike Mooth out, so all he had to do was get Rare Candy in the 3 cards, and the first card was Rare Candy, and he just said, "Okay, Rare Candy game."
Yeah,
I do think that's one of the best aspects of that deck is that stadium is insane.
That the stadium's stupid.
The stadium's crazy because like you only need it late game. It seems like because like the list that finished sixth, which I have pulled up on the stream or the recording is playing a 2-2 split with Artisan still, but like. I would just cut the 2 Artisan and play 4 Poffin. Like, why? I mean, like, Monkey's really good. I get that, but like, it's just.
I mean, there's like board states where you want to have like triple monkey, and you like they don't play Nest Ball, right?
Then make it Nest Ball. Yeah, they play 1 Ultra Ball, 2 Buddy Bye Poffins, and then 2 Spike Month. Everything else is Research and Arvin and Ionos.
I mean, it takes advantage of like the fact that most of the decks aren't playing like stadiums right now for the most part.
Sure.
Well, okay, so Artisan. So I think it was either me and Jordan or me and my buddy that was talking about this. Technically, Artisan is a nest ball and a half. Like once you start doing the math and everything,
If it stays, you get
If
so much more value.
if it stays, you play 2 nest balls, and as long as you don't care if your opponent benches something, which in the Marnie Grimstone deck, I don't think you care if your opponent benches anything.
You kind of want them to, right? Like you want them to play the game so that your Frostlass engine like is doing something.
Like someone was arguing with me at the shop the other day. It was like, yeah, but if you play the Artisan down, they're just gonna grab their Shaman, and it's like, okay, that's fine. The damage that's building up on their Shaman from your Frostlasses are going there every turn, and the Shaman gets knocked out after 2.
Yeah,
after
you
2
literally
rotations.
kill it in 2 turns, and then you're not even attacking with Grimmsnarl. Then like you're just literally
you're
chilling on the
still
monkey
Badooing.
clan.
Yeah, you're just Badooing. And then
Or
your monkey
devoing,
knockout game.
like Devo resetting your opponents on in the Dragapult matchup specifically is crazy because like you Devo them and then it ticks for more damage if you hit a Dragapult. Like if you bounce the Dragapult, you hit again for more damage with the Frostlass.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is like the Devo part, especially in the Dragapult, giving the ability back to Drag Cloak, like you could still just Badoo forever in that standpoint. And it makes me so upset in that scenario.
I see this deck like kind of forcing Candy back into stuff because they're gonna have to get going faster.
Yes.
Like to try to attack through this.
Yeah.
And then, like,
even if this deck's like a 9% deck, like which I think definitely it's gonna be
Minimum. I think 9% minimum.
I think it forms the triangle.
Because it also so good in the Guardy with the dark weakness. Like I think it has to be 9% minimum.
Exactly. Like it forces the triangle. I think it's the third piece of the actual triangle, and it's like this, Polt, and Guardy are the 3 decks
Yep.
that like you should be expecting if you plan on like doing well in an NAIC.
Yeah,
It
and
just
like,
depends on how clunky the deck ends up being. Like I played like 4 or 5 games with it, and the deck
Ooh.
seems very, very good. But it does seem a little
It-
that like
It has some inconsistencies to it, right?
it has no draw engine at all.
Yes.
So your supporter draw engines when you're kind of sketched out a lot of the time because like you're playing from like no hand,
I think
especially after an unfair.
I think
I
this
could see a
deck could really.
Genesect being put into this.
Genesect.
I just feel like
serious.
at
I
that
love
point, like,
Kleppa.
you don't have the bench space to play it, and that's why they don't play Fez. Like you have to set up like triple monkey, at least one Frostlass, and then you need to have room.
I
For
don't
the,
think you need to set up triple monkey.
You
I
don't think
think
so?
double monkey. I think double monkey into almost everything is enough.
Yeah, it's 2/2/2 on the board state.
Like I think you go. Yeah, I think you just go. Like, yeah, you have 2 Frostlass, 2 monkey, and
2
then
Grimsnarl.
even
The
then,
The
You have to have a
pieces.
Grimmsnarl and another one like set up
The
or bigger,
the
depending on where
pieces,
you're at
right?
in the game. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think, as I was gonna say this too, I think the big thing that we see it with the Charizard deck at first. I think Cleffa is gonna be a huge game changer if Badoo is gonna stay relevant. Like I've been playing Cleffa when I first stole this Japan list, and it's incredible how powerful it is to just to draw up to 7 when they're trying to item lock me. Especially in our format now when there's so much BROCKS scouting and Jack or Jacques or whatever you want to call him. But like because we're already playing those supporters, the Cleffa just allows you to get that stuff. I feel like the Grimmsnarl could do the exact same thing. Because like how much does item lock really stop them from setting up? Half the time if you Cleffa, you're gonna hit one of 3, 4 rare candies, and then you just spike mouth for the Grimmsnarl and you're done. If you just Cleffa instead of Badoo. And maybe that's just a test theory, but like Cleffa seems really good right now.
So Cleffa versus Badoo kind of feels like offense versus defense. Where like it depends on what deck you're going up against, depending on what you need to do. Because if you give Dragbolt access to candies, which if Dragapult doesn't end up on double candy by the time NASE happens, I don't see how it's going to compete at a high level.
Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised if we don't see Candy end up in it.
Dragon Ball Charizard's the 2 candies. The one that won isn't, but like Oscar Madsen's and the one that finished 6th in Utrecht and like a lot of these Dragapult +1 is that 2 rare candies. I mean, it feels great.
Dragapult Dusknor, you need to be on 2 candies and probably 2 Crispins.
I was about to say, so if you do that, though, like, don't you just move to like a TM Evo build instead? Like, if you're already gonna play Crispin, isn't TM Evo just better?
I don't think so.
It's
Because
tough.
you're forcing yourself to build as an Arven deck when Arven is slow right now.
That's fair. I mean, we saw the Gardevoirs just transition to that though.
But Gardevoir can that's the thing is though because Gardevoir you're setting up this attacker.
The attacker setup's free.
If you set up Guardy, you win.
Correct.
If you set up a Dragapult, you don't win.
The engine and attackers are like separate, and
yeah,
Gardevoir, yeah, that makes sense.
So
well, not even the attacker part, because like just the self-acceleration part is free when you get Gardevoir set up. Dragapult, you set the Dragapult up and then still have to find the energy, which is why Charizard's here or Crispin's here. They have to play a +1. Gardevoir, you just rare candy. That is your attacker, your acceleration, and potentially your draw. You just research away 3 psychics and then you have a free attacker.
You make it sound so easy.
It just sounds so easy, doesn't it? Like, why can't we all do it? Makes you mad.
So with like all 3 of these setup decks being like super prevalent, right? Does like Terrabox just get better too?
Watchtower.
Yes, yeah. Obviously, like so, like if you, but being able to play around Watchtower, like,
are they really gonna turn 1 Watchtower? Like
that's the thing. You're not scared of turn 1 Watchtower. You're scared of Stamp Tower go.
Sure, But then you have Fez and Mew behind, and you're fine
Ugh.
against everything but like Dragapult in specific. But your Dragapult matchup is shit anyways, and you don't really care about it. Like
True.
you lose to Dragapult, like not lose, but like your Dragapult matchup is so bad that it.
I mean, it just feels like the Dragapult matchup is like if the stamp sticks, you lose. If the stamp doesn't stick, you win, right? Like,
Well,
Not
it
as Terra
can-
Box.
No, definitely as Terra Box. Like if I can go Wellspring, like if I can Wellspring post
post stamp, you win the game.
post
Yeah.
stamp, I win. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Or,
And
like,
complete.
it
Clefairy
completely
post
shuts that off. So, like, your Dragapult matchup is just way worse, but what else can play Rocket's Tower?
Yes.
That
Like
makes sense.
like Dragapult can play. Guardy might be able to play it, but I don't think they will play it because they're just gonna keep playing Artisan because they want to set up. They don't care if you set up.
Yeah, they're just trying to set up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the closest thing right now to it is Raging Bolt, Ogerpon. There's 3 or 4 here, and you would think it's the same argument, right? They're reliant on Noctile setups, right? And they don't really care. Like they're only playing 3 stadiums still in most of these lists, and it's a similar engine.
Raging Bolt has more outs to it though.
That's looking at the Champions League results, right? Like, look
Or
at
the Champions League,
There.
yep, the Champions League list. I think all
Well,
of
I think
them are
there's
on
only
3
one deck in
stadiums.
top 16 that played the Rockets Tower.
Just Charizard, yeah.
I was gonna say it was just the winning list.
They're still winning list, so maybe they just were ahead of the game. Because,
Yeah,
like,
it
if
was
you
just
do
the
get
winning
one,
list. But
So-
how are you finding it? That's the other question I keep arguing. Is like, how are you finding this? Like, because you're not playing like this list makes sense playing 2, but what
Mhm.
other list makes sense that you're playing 2 Rockets Watchtower
And has the
It's-
room for it.
and has the room for it?
yeah.
Charizard is the ultimate toolbox deck. Like we've said it in the past when your trainer list was 30 one-ofs.
Yeah.
Like the more one-ofs Charizard can play, the better the deck is.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that's always how Charizard is. What other deck in the format can afford to not play Artisan in place of their stadium and play Rockets Watchtower when they don't get hurt by also Rockets Watchtower?
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Like
Yeah, I mean, it's got to have Dracloak in it. The only draw engine that's not a stage 2. I mean, maybe Zoroark, but you want to play Ends Castle. That's way better.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like there is no deck outside of like Dragapult, which yes, Dragapult is a massive force in the meta. But
But like
outside of
realistically, you could only see it fitting one into a shell, and then what
Exactly.
says they
Yeah,
have
and-
it at the moment that they have to stamp you.
And even the list that won had to cut a Dracloak for second tower.
yeah,
It makes me so mad. That was the first thing I changed, was I put 4 Cloak back in.
That makes sense.
And, like, go ahead, Brock, sorry.
There's no deck, and like that's the thing though is like I do see Terra Box getting better, and I think all Terra Box has to do to compete is to play a 4th stadium. Like
And,
that's
Like, I don't think Shaman is a super relevant card either.
no, because the
It-
text that everyone keeps missing is I can still hit your 2 prize or Pokemon on your bench.
Yeah.
Unless they're
And it
Terra.
has 80 HP.
Yes.
And you would rather just set up the Badoo or whatever, right? Like you know, like you're prioritizing that.
Yeah.
Speaking
If you're
of
prioritizing that, that's fine.
And speaking of Terror Box, I'm looking at the AV list as well. Like, this seems like it's the same idea that Brock's doing, but it's probably possibly even better. One, they get to play Leafeon for free with the EV box. I mean, you could play more than one Teal Mask, I guess, if
The
you want to.
Leafeon's good into
The
Grimmsnarl,
Leafeon's
too.
so good. The
It's
230.
crazy into Grimmsnarl.
And now it's got an added extra bonus in the Grimmsnarl as well, not just Charizard weakness. But they also brought back Briar
You know
into
what the
it.
second half of you know what like the effect of the attack is, right?
Yeah, they heal 100 damage.
Yeah, it just bodies Grimmsnarl.
Bro, it's
Like,
crazy.
Yeah.
And then also the first one bodies it as well. It's the 60 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. You just accelerated 5 dark energy. I'm doing 300. That's crazy. So maybe Eevee's box is the way. They still only play 3 stadium though. It's 1 jamming tower and 2 area 0.
That's the same thing Terrabox is doing, right?
Correct, but like, I mean, maybe you just cut a, I don't know, cut a Terra Orb. I don't know, cut a.
No.
Terra Orb's cracked in that deck.
Yeah, but you're only playing one. Like, might as well. I mean, you're playing one Cyrano,
Playing
one
4
Terra.
Noctowls.
Yeah,
Or 3 Noctowls.
that says Noctowl gets Flareon.
Like,
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Three
when we
Noctowls,
had-
wild.
I mean, like, you can, like, that's the thing, is you almost never play your 4th one down.
Yeah, I mean,
You just don't ever get to discard it to anything.
It's
Yeah.
just one piece you can discard. But, like, they're shoving the Wellspring in there, and they're shoving the Cyrano, which I think the Cyrano's awful.
yeah, you can just move the Cyrano. I like the Cyrano and ends.
I'd
And
rather play
Zero.
research.
I like it less in this than I like it in ends. That's for sure.
Yeah, I like drawing 6 off my supporter.
It's, hey, very good boy. The last deck from Japan, I don't even want to talk about it. There's a walls in top 16. Everything else we talked about.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Melodic.
The Melodic Giraffe Rig Cornerstone. They didn't make it.
There's always one in.
There's always one in Japan. One always seems to get through. But it also brings up the question of, is Chorus Tenacity gonna be good? Obviously, this deck doesn't play Watchtower either. But like, because of Watchtower, will we see Chorus Tenacity become a thing? I don't think so. But like, it's there. It's a
I
thought.
don't think yet.
How
That's
are
one of
you
the
finding
cards.
the Chorus Tenacity?
This one's playing Pokegear.
Yeah, like without like a Luminion Tapu Lele kind of effect in the format, it's like really hard to play like niche supporters like that you have to like find at certain
Dude,
times.
they should reput Random Receiver. Wrap it up back to the beginning, bro. Remember Random Receiver?
That actually would be hot.
It'd be,
What does that do?
you reveal the top card of your deck until you hit a supporter. So it's like
And then
Pokegear,
you
but
get,
limitless.
so like it's like
I know what you're
Pokegear, but I can't miss it.
You can't miss it, but you don't get to choose.
Your-
So it's always the
Your
first one.
type of Pokegear.
Hey dog, I swear to God, my Pokegear is missing a lot of text.
The
The one that says add a supporter you find there to your hand, mine doesn't say that, dog. It
That's
says look at the top 7,
crazy.
shuffle your deck. Like,
Oh yeah, Random Receiver was
That would
the OG. Obviously, Pokegear was like Heart Gold to Silver and way before that, but Random Receiver was the guy.
There were so many cool things that like top players did with Random Receiver and the interaction with Smeargle that like I could have a 20-minute conversation just on that. That's like
is that the one that
world-
copies supporters from your opponent's hand?
Yeah, look at
Correct.
the copy supporter.
See, I know all the
world-
Pokemon cards, guys.
There's only been one
There was-
relevant Smeargle in our life.
So essentially, people would cut all of their supporters from their deck, play 4 Pokegear and 4 random receivers, and only play like 4 in and 4 research. When everybody else was playing like 4 in, 4 research, 4 Professor Oak's, whatever.
New
it's called,
Theory.
New Theory, and then
Pokemon
they would play
Collector.
4 of something collector, but they said no, cut it all, and they just played to 4 of those, and then it decreases your chance for your opponent to play this for that, but then you have the opportunity to use your opponents while you have. It was really cool.
It was the ultimate poker face trap game because like your deck does have 0 supporters, so like it's Smeargle. It was a wild time to be alive, but Smeargle was great. Closing thoughts. What are you guys testing first in this format? Obviously, it's not Mewtwo. Obviously, it might be Grimmsnarl, but like, what are you looking forward to? Destin Rivals dropping on Tuesday as a closing thought, or Thursday. Sorry.
Grimmsnarl.
You could play that now, though. You think Grimmsnarl is that hype that you could, how about keep on rolling with it?
I think it's the 3rd best second format.
Yeah, I'm gonna upset you with my answer too. Then I apologize for this.
Yeah, you
but I'm
both
only
pick-
testing Dragapult and Terrabox going into NAIC.
No, hey, I'm in the same boat. Like, I think I'm obviously I'm not going to NAIC, but like I probably just gonna keep playing Charizard Dragapult until it wears me out. Because 1, it's just a lot of fun. 2, it's so consistent with your cloak, and it has the results to back it up. I have to just get better as a player, and so like that's what's fun about these lists now in this format. It's so skill expressive. It feels like, I don't know if you guys feel it being in it more than I am, but you could tell by the top players being at the top tables that it's very much a skilled game right now.
That's definitely the format. Definitely feels like that. I think it's a healthy spot for the game too. Like it's not crazy right now. Like the better players are winning games is what it feels like.
So the only gripe I have about this format is that it's too wide. Besides that, I completely
Yeah,
agree.
Oh, it's
Brock's
very,
a
very
Brock's a
fast-paced.
triangle guy till he dies, bro. No
I love a
fun.
good
Well, I
triangle.
mean,
Let me play my
There's
moon,
like
bro.
12
Don't come
decks
at
that are
me.
relevant. There are like 12 decks that are relevant,
I'm
and it's
gonna-
impossible to. It's truly impossible to pick a correct deck. when
It's
there's
all
12
random.
good
Yeah,
decks.
that's random. But just don't get mad when I drop neutralization zone on your ass.
Play 4 stadiums.
No, no chance. We just had a 20-minute conversation. How no one can fit Watchtower or anything, and you're telling me we're all going to 4 stadiums, watching out for the
Playing Terror
moon.
Box before. That's what I said.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I see you put a baby moon down and a Dunsparce, I'm just not playing my stadiums. I
Brother,
don't really care.
I played a baby moon in a cup against this weekend, and I had to keep the bench the 151 Charmander the whole game, just in case. Discard the stadium, 1 energy. I was like, bro, I can't evolve this Charmander all game, and it's terrible. It was an awful time. I literally had to keep it there, but they're not gonna catch her. They're not gonna boss it up. They're just gonna leave it there. Like whatever, dude. I'm upset.
he's just standing there menacing.
It's just Charmander's just chilling, waiting for neutralization. So, oh, and with that, we're gonna wrap it up. We'll do 2 total pile decks next week. There's too many options to go around. We'll honorable mention to Ray Chen's Toad Scroll. What a legend that guy is.
It's the winner this week.
It's the winner. It really is. It's good to have Brock back in here. Thank you for coming back, Brock. I know it's been super busy, and we'll get better at this. And NAIC is what, 3 weeks away, so or is it less?
2.5.
2.5. We'll take it. 2.5.
3, like 2, realistically.
Oh my gosh, we got Bologna this weekend as well, so hopefully everything goes smooth. Hopefully your police has had fun, and thanks for guys for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Bro, it's so crazy. I mentioned this last time too. Jordan has your timing down to a T. I don't know if you noticed that, Brock, ever you've listened to it. He literally hits it by the millisecond.
The last one, I hit your piece.
Bro, the piece to the millisecond.
I mean, me and Jordan do be talking a lot.
You're the
We
same
have
person.
Similar. Nah,